everybody.
Hello.
We are so happy to be with you here today. It is 3:30, so we are going to welcome you to our Back to School with Storyboard That webinar. My name is Liane Hicks, and my colleague to my right is Lauren Ayub. I used to be a teacher as well. I mostly taught 6th grade social studies and English language arts. I also taught arts and ESL. But now I enjoy making lesson plans for Storyboard That and training teachers just like you how to use the program. And to my right.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lauren Ayub. Like Liane, I used to be a classroom teacher. I taught 4th grade for many years and 1st grade for a little while. As you can see, I've got my 2 kiddos and my 2 dogs in my picture. And like Liane, I am also one of the writers here and one of the trainers. So we're really excited to have you join us today. I'm assuming everybody can hear us. Maybe somebody could just unmute and, give us an okay
Or give us a reaction,
some sort of reaction, so that we know that you can see our screen and hear us okay. I am actually going to turn off our camera now while we are working, and we will pop back on at the end and turn the camera back on. Okay, so to get started, here's our agenda for today. We're going to go over a little bit of information about Storyboard That. Liane is going to give you a tutorial of your teacher dashboard. We're also going to go over some teacher resources and how to use the Storyboard Creator. So what is Storyboard That? Storyboard That is an amazing way to unleash your students' creativity. We are an award-winning storyboard creator. You can create storyboards, graphic organizers, comics, visuals. We also have thousands of images and millions of photos for class. We've got different layouts and print and export options and audio. We've got over 3,000 resources for grades K to 12 and even some preschool and pre-K resources. They are standard aligned. We've got all different kinds of lesson plans and activities made by teachers for teachers. We've got worksheet and poster templates and lots of different articles for learning and inspiration. We are fully safe and secure. We never collect any student information, and we are compliant with privacy policies and any kind of, safety things we take very seriously. Why use Storyboard That? Storyboard That is an incredible way to unleash your students' potential. Storyboard That is really helpful when you are closing those learning gaps. Most students are visual processors, meaning that they learn visually. Storyboarding is an effective way to give them, students of different abilities, access to rich content in various ways. We've got differentiated and choice-driven lesson plans for you to choose from. You can create dynamic and differentiated assignments or save them to your dashboard to provide a personalized learning experience for all of your students. And we pride ourselves on the 3 C's: critical thinking, creativity, 4 C's, sorry, communication and collaboration, helping students of all abilities reach their potential by promoting student agency and active learning. If you wanted to, we are going to actually be, we are recording this webinar, so you will have access to anything that we have here, because we also have, we're going to be sending these slide decks out. So all of our video tutorials are going to be included, and you can see how easy it is to create. Features that build success.
Hi, I'm Amina.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. I clicked on it. So that means, there you go. You can click on that video when you're ready to watch it. So we have real-time viewing of student work. We have autosave. We have real-time collaboration. That is one of our newest, most amazing features, where students can work on the same storyboard at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to pass this over to Liane, and she's going to jump right into a teacher dashboard.
Okay, and like Lauren said, these slides will be shared with you after the presentation. That video that Lauren clicked on is a video of how to enable real-time collaboration for your students. And we've made it really easy for you to learn how to access all of the amazing things on Storyboard That through our videos. But you are joining with us here today, so we are going to show you live and in person just how easy it is. So we've got our teacher dashboard. This says hello to my colleague Lauren. Your teacher dashboard will look something like this. On the left-hand side, if you are a teacher or an admin, you might have the ability to invite other teachers into your account. And from here, you can do that very easily. You can click Set Up Teachers, and you can see that we integrate with many different learning management systems such as Google Classroom, ClassLink, and Clever. You can import all of your student and teacher data directly from Google Classroom, quick and easy with the click of a button. If you are a single teacher, you will go over here to set up your students. If you click Set Up Students, you can see that Lauren has already rostered her students with her Google Classroom. If your Google Classroom is set up and ready to go, with one click, you can import all of your students into Storyboard That and be off and running. So that is the top of the dashboard here. If we move down to this middle section, you'll see this is all about assignments.
All right, thank you, Liane. I am going to show you how to create an assignment from scratch. I'm going to click this blue button that says create my first assignment because I don't have any in here yet. Once I start building assignments, they will all show up here. But I'm going to create my first assignment. It's going to take me to the screen where it's going to ask me to give my assignment a title, and I'm going to call it All About Me. Maybe I want to use it at the beginning of the year with my students so I can learn all about them. I'm going to click Next. You're going to see here that we have automatically generated instructions. I'm going to just get in the habit of kind of clearing them and going back to them later, because these are kind of our generated generic instructions that don't quite go with my assignment, but I am going to keep my requirements here that are populated for me. I'm going to show you in a moment how you can go back and update everything about your assignment when you're done creating it. So here are my instructions. Again, I can go back and customize later, and I'm going to click Next. Now it is prompting me to add a starting template. This template is what the students are going to click on to get them started with the assignment. I have already created a blank template in my Storyboard library. And to choose this, I'm just going to click on it and click Next. The next prompt is assign to classes. Now, these are my classes, obviously. If you are a teacher of the older grades and you have multiple classes, you could have as many as, several classes up here to choose from. If you are in elementary and you only teach one class, it will appear here. But the beauty of this is I can click as many classes as I want to assign this to. So it's the beginning of the school year, so I'm going to pretend that I am teaching all of these classes so I can show you that I can add it to many classes. And then I'm going to click Done. This is the link that is generated for you to share with your students. So you can copy it and share it with them so that they can get started right away. So I'm going to click on View Assignment so I can show you what your completed assignment will look like. This is kind of like your assignment homepage, your All About Me homepage. Over here, we've got our instructions in this blue box. You can click Edit Instructions to add them or change them, adding your text in bold, underline, etc. Over here is a summary of the classes that you chose. And then at the top here, you've got your ways of sharing it with your students. If you are a Google Classroom user, all you have to do is click this button and it will integrate into your Google Classroom. If you are not, you can just highlight this link right here or click Copy Link and share it with your students that way. Coming down here is the button where you can decide whether or not you want your students to be allowed to collaborate on this assignment or work together by clicking this button, and then sharing it with other Storyboard That users in your school under your same account, which is really great. These tabs up here, I'm going to go, right now we are in the Edit Assignment tab. I'm going to click in that middle tab that says View Student Work. This is where, while your students are working on this assignment, you can watch them working live, which is really great. I've got 3 students right now, and obviously none of them are working, but if they were, I would show up right here. This green tab to the right is where you can view the assignment, exactly what your students will see when they click on the link. So here we have our instructions. We've got the template that we've provided. And when they are ready, they can just click that Start Assignment button. So I'm going to go back up to Edit Assignment and just quick overview. We've just created our own assignment from scratch. We've got the link to share, collaboration, classes that we've assigned it to, instructions, and a template. You can even add an example to share with your students at the bottom, and a rubric if you would like. So pretty easy and quick to create your own assignment. I'm going to click this logo back at the upper left to bring me back to my teacher dashboard at any time.
Thank you, Lauren. So you can see how easy it is to create an assignment from scratch. But I'm also going to show you how you can use our teacher resources, because we've created over 3,000 resources for you to use at just the click of a button. In this section, we have a search bar, so you can type in a term and search for it, and all of the resources that we have related to that term will come up. But you can also browse our library by clicking here, Ready to Use, Teacher Guide, and Lesson Plans. This takes you to our homepage where we have curated our thousands of resources, beginning with our template collections. These are pre-designed worksheets and graphic organizers, posters, and storyboard. We've started the design for you, and you and the students can just fill it in with your imagination and information. You can see that we've got dozens and dozens of different categories in all different subjects. I'm going to scroll down here to browse all the worksheet templates so that you can just see them at a glance. So we've created these, and a lot of them have just blank text boxes or blank lines for you to add the information that makes sense for your class, or to assign these as digital worksheets for your students to fill out. We've got something in every subject and category. I'm going to go back to give you an overview of the poster templates. These are similar, but they are all poster size. So where the worksheets are all 8.5 by 11 or A4 and can be printed on a standard printer, these are all poster size. So you can print them nice and big and hang them up on your walls, laminate them for years to come, or you could just display them digitally. I'm going to click here to show you all of the poster templates at a glance. Lauren and I love designing these. We used to teach together, and we always say we wish we had Storyboard That, because now we've turned all of our amazing lesson plans into Storyboard That lesson plans, and now they are far more engaging and exciting. So you can see there are so much to choose from, and I will go back to that main page again. Below our templates collections are our featured resources. Now we swap these out every month so that we highlight things that are new or topical. These are pulled from our existing collection. I'm going to click on Back to School with Storyboard That. So this is a great page, a great resource for teachers of any subject, because they are all social emotional learning based or community based activities that you can do with your students. We've included a getting started video and a tutorial for students that you can show them so that they can get comfortable with using Storyboard That. And one of our favorites is this scavenger hunt. So I'm going to click here and show you, this is what a resource that we've created would look like. So what we do is include an example. So what you're seeing is something that a student could create. And then we provide an overview for the teachers, as well as student instructions and a blank template for the students. Now, the scavenger hunt includes prompts in every single cell. So the idea is that they will learn to navigate the storyboard creator and explore all of those different art categories and create the scenes and learn how to manipulate all of the different art. So everybody's scavenger hunt will look different and they can have fun sharing the things that they've found. If you want to use any of our resources, all you have to do is click the copy button. So when I click copy activity, it is being pulled into my account, but it is a copy. So now I can change everything about it. I can go ahead and change the title if I want. I can change the instructions like Lauren showed you before by clicking edit instructions. So if I need to write this in a way that makes more sense for my students, I can do that. Like she said before, this is where I can assign it to my classes. And if I scroll down, you'll see that this template has already been added because this is the one that we created. But maybe you want to edit this. Maybe you want to make it shorter or longer. You can click this edit button and go in and change anything you need about this template. You can also add more templates from your existing storyboards or create a new one. And the wonderful thing about Storyboard That is you can add as many templates as you would like to differentiate for your students. We've created this example, but we do give the option to show this to my students. In this case, this example isn't giving away any spoilers. I think it's fine to show it to the students, but you do need to click this button in order for them to see it. And we do have the rubric section as well. And I will go back up to the top where if I click view as student, we can see what the students will see. So they've got their instructions. They can click here to view the rubric and go over that with you. Here is the template, and they will just click this orange button to start the assignment. And then you'll see that they can view this example because we did click that button, so they're able to see what a finished product could look like. Now I'm going to go up here to this handy navigation bar that's at the top, and I'm going to click lesson plans because that's going to bring us back to the teacher resources main page. So scrolling down further, you can see that we do have those featured resources. I encourage you to check all of those out. We've got a general novel study, activities that use our new real-time collaboration feature, social emotional learning, and more. But here, under lesson plans and activities, is all of our lessons divided by subject. So let's say you teach 6th grade ELA, I can click here for all of the literature lesson plans for middle and high school. And you see that we've divided up our novel studies by fiction, historical fiction, fantasy, science fiction, and epic poems, plays, short stories. There is so much to choose from. No matter what you teach, we probably have it or have something like it that you could copy and change to suit your needs. So let's say you are doing a novel study on the book of Mice and Men. If we go to Of Mice and Men, you can see that we've got a little introduction. So all of our novel studies have a little bit of an introduction in the top. And then we've got essential questions to help guide your unit. as well as a summary and other activity ideas. And behind each of these pictures is an activity that you could assign to your students. So let's say you are doing a character study. You can click here and you can see that we've provided an example of what a student's character study might look like. We give an overview. In this case, we give the teacher a list of all the characters so they can look out for that in their students' work. And then here's those students' instructions, as well as a pre-made template that will help get them started. As Lauren said before, all of our lessons are standards aligned, so we put the standards there that you can share with your admin. And this also includes a handy rubric to help you with your grading. Now, again, it's so easy. You just click the copy button anywhere you see it, and it will be pulled into your account for you to make any of the changes necessary. We don't just have ELA lesson plans, we actually have lesson plans in all of the different core subject areas. So at your leisure, you can browse through our math lesson plans, our social studies, which is what I used to teach, and I've loved turning all of my social studies lesson plans into Storyboard That lesson plans. We've got world history and US history, as well as civics and geography. We've also got a number of science lessons that were created by a science teacher, and you can see there is so much to choose from. So students are able to visualize these really difficult and complex subjects and demonstrate their learning through storyboards. Now, back in that main page, below this section where it is divided by grade and subject, we do have another section called Other Teacher Resources. And these are articles and inspiration that you can explore. They also include some tutorials. And we've also got our picture encyclopedia collection. Now, this is a great way to introduce students to lots of different topics, from Shakespeare to biographies to innovations and mythology. So instead of using Wikipedia, use our Storyboard That picture encyclopedia. Okay, and I'm going to go back here to our main dashboard to review. We've gone over the top section, adding the students. You've now learned how to create your own assignment from scratch and also navigate our teacher resources and copy those assignments. And next we can click this button to learn a little bit more about the Storyboard That creator. So it is going to bring us into the creator.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Liane. So definitely take some time and browse those teacher resources because there are so many. Okay, so Liane clicked on that Create a Storyboard button. When you click on that, it's going to prompt you right away to give your storyboard a name. And the reason for that is because autosave kicks in immediately as soon as you start working. So, you know, our autosave refreshes every 2 to 3 seconds. So if you lose power or internet, there's no worry, you will have your storyboard saved. So I'm going to give my storyboard a name. What I'm going to do while I'm working with you today is create my own little all about me storyboard. And I could maybe use this for my students on the first day of school. I'm just going to say all about Miss A. And I'm going to click on continue. And then the title will go away. Okay, so once I click on continue, this is what my creating page is going to look like. This is where I can kind of do what I want and I can view it how I want. Right now, you're going to notice that there's one large cell in the middle and then 3 cells over on the left. This is called single cell mode. It's kind of like PowerPoint or Google Slides where you're only looking at one at a time. Now, my personality is I like to have all of them in front of me so I can see them all at once. So I'm going to go over here. This is called the right-hand menu. Over on the right, this blue bar, you're going to hear me reference that a lot during this tutorial. Above the save and exit button, I can click on this little thing this button that looks like a grid. And now I'm going to be able to see all of my cells at the same time. So again, single cell mode and grid mode. Okay, I can also go down and zoom in and out. So I can make them really big or really small. The first thing I'm going to do with my storyboard is change the layout because I only want to have one cell. So I'm going to go all the way to the top of the right-hand menu and click on the layout button. And that's going to bring me to this preview screen and the layout options. Right now we are in traditional layout, but we've also got, as you can see, cinematic, we've got book creating layout, we've got worksheets, posters, and all kinds of graphic organizer charts. So T-chart for comparison, Frere model for vocab, and even a timeline. I'm going to keep myself in traditional layout. I'm going to go down here to the bottom left, and I'm going to add a title and a description to my cells. So again, you can add just a title, you can add just a description, or you can choose to not have students do any writing outside of the cells. I'm just going to add a title for today's assignment. Over here, I'm able to add and remove cells over in the bottom right. So again, I can either get rid of some rows, I can add rows, I can add columns, and it really gives me the opportunity to customize my storyboard. For this storyboard though, I'm just going to have one cell so I can show you how I would make my all about me picture. When I'm ready and I'm happy with my preview, I'm going to click OK. All right, so here is kind of my starting point. I have changed my layout to be exactly how I want it. As you can see up here, we've got all kinds of illustrations and artwork. Right now at the very top, I am highlighted under scenes, and under scenes, we've got all kinds of scenes such as town, entertainment, home, indoor, outdoor, school, all the way over to US history, country and rustic. And if your students are using a Chromebook or an iPad, they might have to click this more button just to see the other categories. Okay, I'm going to stick with school because I'm going to do a school scene about myself. And here is all of our different scenes in a school. I'm going to click this arrow, this down arrow next to the layout button, and it's going to give me all of my scenes at once so I don't have to scroll. And you're probably noticing that when I hover over a scene, it magnifies so that I can see it nice and clearly. Okay, so to get rid of seeing all of them, I can click that up arrow button. I'm going to choose this scene, and as you can see, I'm just going to drag it and drop it into the scene, and it populates automatically, which is great. And over here, you're going to notice because my scene is highlighted, my right-hand menu has changed a little bit. So right now I am able to edit the actual scene. So if I click out of here, you're going to notice I'm back to the old layout menu. But if I'm in the picture, it changes. So I'm going to click on edit scene, make my scene a little bit more personalized. Maybe I don't quite want that pink of a wall. I'm going to click on blue, and my floor, maybe I want it to be gray. You're going to notice these boxes over on the right where you can actually change your palette color to anything. So these are kind of our 6 suggestions or options, but you can go and customize any color you want. So maybe we just want like a light green wall, and I'm going to click choose. Okay, now I am going to change my chalkboard because I don't have chalkboards anymore, and I'm going to make it a whiteboard. I'm just going to click on white, and maybe I don't want a desk, or I do want a desk, and you can even change the type, the time of day. In our outdoor scenes, you can change the weather and sunset, rain, snow, anything you want. Okay, so I'm happy with the way my scene looks. I'm going to click update scene, and there we have it. The next thing I want to do is add a character that looks like me. Above at the top here, I'm going to click on the characters button. And as you can see, we've got all different kinds of characters. If I click on this down arrow to show everybody, you're going to see there's so many of them. But that's a lot for me, so I'm just going to kind of hide some of them. Because we have so many, we have this show filters button over here on the left where you can kind of filter what you're looking for. So if I want somebody that looks like me, maybe I want to have long hair only, and maybe I want to be wearing a dress. And now it shows only the characters that are wearing a dress and have long hair. So I'm just going to drag her down and drop. And you're going to see that the edit tab kind of comes right up, and I can edit my character however I want. So all of our characters are kind of like a blank slate where you can change them and customize them however you want. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to have brown hair, and I can edit the color of my skin, my eyes, my dress, every little aspect I can edit. I can change how my character is posing. I can make her laughing. Maybe I want to change her hairstyle a little bit, give her some glasses. And let's have her facing the front because she's going to be welcoming her students. And you're going to see here that we've got some preset poses for some quick editing. Okay. When I'm happy with the way my character looks, I'm going to click on Update Pose. And I can just click on her and drag her however I want. I might want to make her a little bit bigger proportionally by pulling out the corners. Just making her a little bit larger like that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add some speech bubbles into this cell. I'm going to go back to items in a moment, but I'm going to click on speech bubbles. And this is where you can do all kinds of work with text. So as you can see, we've got speech bubbles, we've got thought bubbles, all different kinds. So for now, I'm just going to click back up here, and I'm going to drag down your basic speech bubble. And I'm going to say, welcome, class. Okay. And I can highlight my text and change my font. I can make it larger, and I can even change the color or make it bold. Okay, so to me that looks a little big, so I'm going to just shrink it using the corner, that, and kind of move it however I want. Another really great feature with text is over here on the far left, you're going to see a button that says freeform text, and that allows you to write text anywhere within the cell without having to use a bubble. So I'm just going to drag the words freeform text down and release it. And now I can make it look like there's something written on the whiteboard. So maybe I'll write the date, corner, and I can shrink it just like with anything else. Change the font. So that is how you use your free form. Okay. All right, so we have added a scene, a character, and some text. I am going to go back up to this items button. We've got lots of items, and I'm going to show you in a moment how to search them, but we've put some of our more frequently used items into categories. So you can see we've got food. Maybe one of my students brought me an apple on the first day. It's going to come in really big, so I'm probably going to want to shrink it to make it look more realistic, and maybe I'm holding it. We've got vehicles, furniture, and this might be great if you wanted to add another little table or a bookshelf. So maybe I want a cute little table to put next to my desk. And again, I'm just going to shrink it proportionally. It really gives you the opportunity to kind of really customize your scene. We've got clothes, plants, etc., all different kinds of things. But maybe you want to search for your own item. I'm going to go over here to the search bar in the kind of upper right corner and click search. And maybe I want a laptop on my desk. And here are our options for our laptops. I'm just going to drag it down. And maybe I want it to face the other way. So I'm going to go over here to this rotate, and I'm going to just turn it this way. I want to show you kind of an advanced feature that, you know, if you really use Storyboard That a lot, you'll figure out some of these really great advanced features. But I might just, you're going to notice that my laptop is in front of me, and that doesn't look very realistic. So I'm going to go over here to the right-hand menu into the layers row, and I'm going to bring my laptop back behind me by clicking. I went too far. Sorry, let me go one more time. Just like that. So now it looks a little bit more realistic. I can even scooch it behind me and make it a little smaller. Okay, so after our search results and our speech bubbles, there's a more button. I'm going to press that. This is where you can add shapes, infographics, web and wireframes, science. So maybe you're teaching a science lesson and you want to have some of these really cool science symbols in there. And if you want to make your own worksheet, we make that very easy as well, even though Liane showed you so many different templates that you can copy. But if you click on this worksheets button, this is more for teachers. This isn't something you would probably assign your students, but if you wanted to make your own worksheet, we've got all kinds of borders, worksheet assets like word banks. We've got multiple choice, graphic organizers that you can throw onto a worksheet, all kinds of things. Okay, so I think I'm done adding, I've got my speech bubble, I've got some items that I've added. The last thing I want to do is I'm going to add some text into my top box up here, but I'm going to get rid of the pictures for now because I'm done using them. So I'm going to click this up arrow button one more time, and now I have kind of a bigger screen to focus on. Again, if I want to get those images back, I can click the down button once, and then again to see them all. So that's pretty great. You can decide how much of your screen you want visible. So up here, this is my title box that I chose when I was customizing my layout. I'm going to write a little something. Okay. Again, I can highlight, I can change things about it. Okay, so let's say I am done with my picture and I want to add, I've changed my mind and I want to add a description. Maybe I want the students to write a little bit more about themselves other than their name. I can do that at any time. I'm going to go over to the layout and then I'm going to add that description. And then I can kind of say, okay, maybe I'll write a little bit about myself down here. Sorry. Also, which my students would know within the first day, that I love dogs. I have to every time. Okay, and let's just make this a little fancier. Change my font and my size. Okay. All right. So there are some other advanced features that you could really play around with, such as making copies of anything, cropping, erasing, all kinds of options that you can really get into. So when I am done and I'm happy with my scene or my storyboard, I'm going to click the Save and Exit button. And it's going to bring me to this page right here. This is the options that I can have after I've finished my storyboard. So I can always go back in and edit it at any time. I can make a copy of it. I can make it a template. I can download it. And I can print it directly from Storyboard That. So I'm going to click on the download button. And it's going to give me several options. Some of our great ones that students really enjoy is a PDF. That way they can maybe upload it to their Google Classroom or print it from PDF. You can also, like I said, print it from Storyboard That, but it just gives you a whole bunch of different options to save your work. And then if I scroll down, this is a little place for teachers to write some comments. And you can even add audio to your storyboard by clicking this orange View All Options button and clicking Record Audio. And you can even make folding cards, which is really neat. The opportunities are endless. Okay, so that is a quick overview of using the Storyboard Creator. I'm going to go back up to the logo at the upper left to get back to our home base. And just to kind of recap, we have gone over our students and classes and teachers. We've created an assignment. Liane has showed you just a few of our many teacher resources. And we have learned how to create a storyboard from scratch.
Okay, so when you are on your teacher dashboard, the bottom of it can also be helpful. On the left-hand side, you've got this section to view storyboards, so you can look at your own storyboards quick and easily in a gallery. You can also look at them by assignment, or if your students that are rostered in your account are creating storyboards for fun or without an assignment, you can also view all of their storyboards by clicking here. In the middle, we've got our account settings. So here you can change your preferences and manage your subscription. You can also click here, Storyboard Creator Options. And in this way, you can curate the photo search. You could have it be PG rated, which means that you will be able to see weapons such as muskets if you're teaching about the American Revolution, or you could put it back to G rated, and that will filter out any weaponry. You can also go down here and click on image packs if you want more options for your students, depending on their age and needs. If I go back to the bottom of the dashboard, you'll see that we've also got this section on the right for help. So you can click here to get another dashboard tutorial. You can ask us a question. You can click on training materials or browse our help center where we've got answers to all of your questions. And last but not least, you can always reach us at hello@storyboardthat.com or this number. All right, so I am going to scroll back up and click back into our Google Slides presentation. Now that we've gone over the dashboard, I'm going to go back into slideshow mode and show you that in the slide deck that we will be sharing with you, we've included a number of different resources. So all of these links are answers to questions, either with a video tutorial or a short helpful article. We also have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to see all of our latest videos. We're always updating our videos. And we've also included links to some of our most popular teacher resources. So you can scroll through here or share this slide deck with colleagues and administrators so that they can see all of the amazing ways that you can use Storyboard That. And last but certainly not least, we are running our biggest promotion ever, which is that you can now get Storyboard That 1 month for $1 for up to 200 students. So you can try out Storyboard That for only $1 and see how amazing it is. You can click here for that promotion. This is for new customers only. All right, and from all of us at Storyboard That, thank you so much for all you do. We love you, teachers. We appreciate you. We know you don't get enough appreciation, and we know you are doing the hardest job in the world. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for spending time with us today. As we had mentioned, if you had provided your email, which I think you all did when you were registering for this webinar, we are going to be sending out a link to this document so you can have all of the different links and tutorial videos. Okay, so thank you again for joining us. We're just going to turn our screen back on so we can say goodbye. And we hope that you all had learned a lot and that you take advantage of that $1 for a month and just play around with it and have fun with it. Your students are going to love it.
That's
All
right.
right.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for
everyone.
coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.